Welcome, everyone. Good evening. Welcome. I'm Bethany Winslow, the Director of Online Learning here at the School of Information at San Jose State University, and I want to welcome all of you to our virtual convocation ceremony for fall 2025. Welcome to all of you who are our graduates, our faculty, and of course, the family and friends. Feel free to go ahead and put into text chat, everyone. We'd love to see where you're coming in from. Our graduates, please let us know where you're located, where you're coming in from, perhaps your degree, maybe what you're doing in the LIS field. We love to see how many people are coming in from all over the country, all over the world, indeed. Now, I've got a couple of housekeeping announcements, but feel free to keep, there we go. I can see all those comments kind of starting to pour in from all over. Congratulations, graduates. It's really great to see everybody in here and so many people chatting. Again, a warm welcome to every one of you here at the iSchool and our graduation ceremonies. Now, before we get started, I just want to give you a couple quick housekeeping announcements. I think somebody said volume. You should be able to control the volume on your own computer. So you might want to check on that if you're having some trouble. But I wanted to let you know this session is in view only. This celebration is being recorded and we will share this on the iSchool graduation website. The session is also closed captioned, so you can turn on live transcription by using the button that's at the bottom of your screen, the toolbar. If there's any tech issues, please use that Q&A button in the menu bar at the bottom of your screen. And again, if you're having trouble with your audio, maybe the volume on your computer needs to be turned up. Now, chat is enabled because we do want to hear from our graduates and where they're coming in from. And all of us, of course, want to send out our congratulations. Now, when you do that, make sure that you select the everyone option from that drop-down menu. That way, everyone can see what you're chatting. And finally, please do stick around until the very end of this ceremony. We do have a very special video in honor of our graduates. And we've even got a fun graduation in VR component with a little after party for those so inclined. It's a browser-based VR room and no VR headset is required. So you can just click on the link we'll give you and mingle with others in the virtual space right from a browser. More on that later. So with that housekeeping out of the way, did want to just give it a few more minutes for those of us who are chatting to the graduates. Congratulations, and again, welcome. And thank you for joining us in celebration of our graduates. I want to give an especially warm welcome, not only to the graduates in all of our programs, from our MLIS program, our MARA program, our informatics program, our teacher librarian program, our Bachelor of Science in Information Science and Data Analytics. We know how much there is in terms of the work that you do while you juggle your own work life, home life, and everything that goes on in your lives. So you've worked so hard to earn your degree here, and this is a significant accomplishment. We're very proud of you. And with that said, I would like to pass things over to our Master of Ceremonies, the Director of the School of Information, Dr. Anthony Chow.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Apologies, we're trying a new technology. It's great to see you. Hello, graduates, families, friends, colleagues, faculty, staff, and members of our broader community. A hearty welcome to you all. My name is Anthony Chow, Professor and Director of your School of Information. I also have the honor of serving as the President of the California Library Association and President-elect of the Chinese American Librarians Association. Today is a moment of celebration, reflection, and pride. On behalf of the School of Information, it's truly my honor to welcome you to this virtual commencement ceremony as we celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates across our 4 outstanding programs. We've actually added a 5th, but they're not ready yet to produce graduates. So let's hear it for Master of Library and Information Science graduates. Feel free to say hello. Master of Informatics graduates, feel free to say hello. Master of Archives and Records Administration graduates, feel free to say hello. And the Bachelor of Science in Information and Data Science, please say hello. Graduates, this day belongs to you. Before we turn fully to celebrating our graduates, I want to pause and acknowledge the many people who helped make this moment possible. First, to our faculty, please give them a hearty congratulations. Thank you for your dedication to teaching, mentorship, research, and service. You challenge our students to think critically, ethically, and creatively. You guided them through uncertainty, encouraged curiosity, and modeled what it means to be thoughtful information professionals in a rapidly changing world. To our staff and administration, please give them a huge, hearty thank you. Thank you for the countless ways you support our students, often behind the scenes, always with care. From advising and enrollment to technology, operations, student services, your work ensures that learning can happen and that students can thrive. Today would not be possible without you. And finally, not to be forgotten, to our parents, loved ones, friends, mentors, colleagues, and chosen families. Let's show them a lot of love. Thank you for being the foundation beneath our graduates. You provided encouragement during long nights, patience during stressful deadlines, and belief during moments of doubt. This milestone belongs to you as well. Graduates, you are completing your degrees at a remarkable and disruptive moment in our history. This is my 26th year in the information field, and I can say with confidence what we are experiencing right now is simply another wave of change. It is a renaissance period, however, for our profession. The digital age marked by data, AI, automation, immersive technologies, and new forms of knowledge creation is fundamentally reshaping how information is created, organized, preserved, and shared. And at the center of this transformation are you, the information professionals. Libraries, archives, data systems, and information organizations are not becoming less relevant, they're becoming even more essential. It's times like these our field does not retreat, it rises. And the good news is this: you are ready. You were not educated simply to keep up with change. You were educated to understand it, to question it, and to shape it responsibly. Across LIS, MSI, MARA, and BSISTA, you have learned more than tools of technologies. You have learned values, equity, access, stewardship, ethics, and service. You have learned how to evaluate information critically, how to design systems thoughtfully, how to center people and communities, and how to balance innovation with responsibility. That preparation matters now more than ever. As graduates of the iSchool, you're joining a global community of close to 14,000 alumni who are making an impact across libraries, archives, schools, corporations, nonprofits, startups, governments, and communities around the world. They are chief information officers, data scientists, librarians, archivists, UX researchers, educators, entrepreneurs, policy leaders, and innovators, and I'm sure that describes many of you here. And now you are one of them. More specifically, across summer and fall 2025 graduates, we're proud to recognize 460 graduates from our LMS program, 63 graduates from our bachelor's in information science and data science, 47 graduates from our MS in data and information informatics, and 9 graduates from our archives and records and administration. Again, hearty congratulations. Together, you represent the full breadth of our school's mission, spanning professional practice, leadership, data, technology, memory, and public service. Each of you will shape the future in your own way. Some of you will preserve memory and history so that stories are not lost. Some of you will design systems that make data meaningful and actionable. Some of you will ensure that technology serves people, not the other way around. And many of you will do work that doesn't yet have a job title in fields that are still emerging. That is both the challenge and the opportunity of this moment. As you move forward, I encourage you to carry 3 things with you. First, stay grounded in purpose. In times of rapid change, Values are your compass. Remember why you chose this field and who you hope you will work with and serve. Second, stay curious and adaptable. Your degree is not the end of learning. It is the beginning of a lifelong process of growth. Your degree will present you with many opportunities. The most successful professionals are those who continue to ask questions, learn new skills, and embrace change with intention. And lastly, third, stay connected to one another, to your communities, and to this school. You are now part of an alumni network that believes deeply in collaboration, mentorship, and collective impact. We hope you will stay engaged, give back when you can, and help lift the next generation behind you. Graduates, today we celebrate your perseverance, resilience, and your achievements. You balance coursework with family, caregiving, and life's many demands. You adapted to new modes of learning. You showed up again and again, even when it was hard. That matters. The world you are entering needs professionals just like you, people who understand information not just as data, but as power, responsibility, and possibility. We are proud of you. We believe in you, and we cannot wait to see what you will build, protect, question, and transform. We have a saying here at the iSchool that information is everything. Now you will be able to provide this to others. Don't wait for others to solve the problems you see. Maybe it is you that the world needs to solve them. Congratulations to the class of summer and fall 2025. Welcome to our alumni community, and thank you for helping shape the future at a time when it matters most. Thank you. Now it gives me great honor and privilege to introduce us to our dean, Mehrdad Al-Asghari. Mehrdad?
Thank you, Dr. Cha. Thank you. And thank you, everybody here. I want to say, who is ready to celebrate this great achievement? Are you all ready to celebrate? Well, good evening to all of you. I am serving as the Dean of the College of Information, Data and Society, and I'm extremely proud of all of your achievements. And I want to say, extend a big, heartfelt congratulations to all of you. Today is all about celebrating you, the major achievement, and this is the time to celebrate and recognize and be proud of all you have accomplished. And so I want to keep my little bit of a speech short because it's all about you today. And I really just want to remind you, along of what Dr. Cha, the director of iSchool, shared with you, remind you of two superpowers you have and one final exam that will stay with you. And the two superpowers that you all have are your curiosity and adaptability. Curiosity is what keeps you relevant. As we talk about lifelong learning, you keep learning today and after today. There will be new methods, new domains, new challenges, new questions, and you let evidence change your mind. Adaptability is what keeps you useful. The words needs change, and the word change keeps shifting, especially with new technology. We know is going to reshape how we live and work. And so with adaptability, you stay useful. You treat change as data and experiment. You improve and grow, and you're ready to pivot at any time. And the final exam that you have is really related to the word that is in the name of our college, society. You have tools as an information scientist, as a library information scientist, as informatics expert, as archivist, as a graduate in the Bachelor of Science in Information Science and Data Analytics. You have the tools to work with information and data, but always remember the societal impacts. Ask yourself the question: who is being represented? Who's missing? Who could be harmed? What are the second order effects? And always remember that behind every data points, behind pieces of information, there could be a person. And so I hope that you take in your expertise and all the things that you have to learn here, and you go to the society and you bring change, positive changes to society. And I also hope that you stay connected with the iSchool, with San Jose State. I hope that you consider giving back, coming back, maybe mentoring a student here, the future students. Maybe you bring back problems that you're working on to the classrooms, and maybe you let your path open paths for the future generation, future students of the iSchool. You truly have shown what hard work and curiosity can achieve, and we are very proud of your achievements today. And we are very confident of the great changes that you will bring to the society. So I really want to take this opportunity and congratulate all of you, tell you how proud we are of what you have achieved. And we can't wait to hear of the great work that you will do, the great positive impact that you will have in our society as an information scientist, as an expert in this discipline. And once again, congratulations to all of you. We are very, very proud of all of your work. Thank you all. And I'm going to pass the button back to Director Chow.
Thank you, Mehrdad. Let's hear it for our dean. Thank you, Dean Alsgari. Now, as one of the highlights of the evening, is to introduce you to our graduate speaker. So let me welcome Whitney Exchop Mancia. Whitney, the floor is yours. Welcome and congratulations. We can see and hear you now, Whitney. Good to see you.
Good evening. My name is Whitney Extrop Mancia, and I am the student keynote this evening. First and foremost, congratulations to the class of 2025. Friends, faculty, family members of my fellow graduates, it is an honor to be here with you all today. As a first-generation graduate, I want to honor the Hispanic families here with us this evening. Mi nombre es Whitney Extrop Mancia y soy la oradora estudiantil esta noche. Buenas tardes, amigos, facultad y familias de mis compañeros graduados. Es un honor estar aquí esta tarde compartiendo este momento con ustedes. Gracias por la oportunidad. Standing here today, or sitting here today, I am a testament to what is possible when we refuse to let our circumstances define our future. As Latinos, only about 12% hold a master's degree for Latina women. That drops to 8%. And in the field of librarianship, representation falls even further, barely 2%. These numbers matter because representation matters. When we see ourselves reflected in places of knowledge and leadership, we are reminded that we belong there. And more than ever, we know that knowledge is power. Education is power, and none of it came easy. We pushed through doors that weren't built for us, challenged expectations that try to limit us, and rose in spaces where we were never meant to stand. We carry the weight of doubt, our own and everyone else's, and still kept moving. We fought the odds, reclaimed our narratives, and proved that possibility expands every time one of us steps forward. We didn't just make it, we made space, and we're not done yet. Growing up, I often felt uncertain of who I wanted to become. My dreams shifted constantly, and my family, as first-generation immigrants, navigated an unfamiliar system. Didn't always have the answers, but they always had the encouragement. The library, however, always had answers, and it became my sanctuary, my constant. The one place where knowledge is free. The place that gives without asking anything in return. How magical is that? I grew up in an on and off single parent household, sharing every space with my siblings. Privacy was rare, quiet almost non-existent. So the local LAPL branch, Felipe de Neve, and the Winchos at 7th and Hoover became the places where I could think, dream, and grow. Many of us arrive at this moment carrying more than a laptop and notebooks. We carry generations, we carry dreams that began long before us, dreams that cross borders. We walk through doors our parents and grandparents never had the chance to open. We walk in carrying their stories, their sacrifices, and our own resilience. Today, I share this achievement with the people whose shoulders we stand on, the immigrants who built this country, who nourish it, who move it forward. The immigrants that are being treated like criminals, that are being swept into systems that fail to see their humanity. We cannot ignore the truth. Families continue to face raids, separations, and fear of being torn from their lives they've worked tirelessly to build. But we cannot forget the resilience that has carried our communities through every hardship. On a day like today, standing here in celebration, I am reminded that our presence is not an accident. It is a victory. Every degree earned, every barrier broken, every milestone reached is a quiet act of resistance and a loud declaration of possibility. So we honor those who came before us. We acknowledge those still fighting for safety and dignity. And we step forward not just for ourselves, but for every immigrant child watching, wondering if they too belong here. The answer is yes, and today proves it. As I complete my Master of Library and Information Science, I feel proud to join guardians of knowledge, the gatekeepers who protect information, who fight for access, who believe that the truth should never be hidden. And it feels especially meaningful in today's climate when misinformation spreads quickly, when books are challenged, and when curiosity is sometimes met with fear. In moments like this, education becomes not just a privilege, but an act of courage. We live in a time when public figures have said, I love the poorly educated, but here we are, rising, studying, reading, and questioning. Here we are choosing to be informed. Here we are proving that an educated community is a powerful community. Knowledge doesn't divide us, it empowers us. It strengthens our families, it sharpens our voices, and it protects our democracy. So yes, I did it. Si se pudo, si se puede, for every future graduates sitting in this audience today. Before I close, I want to honor the people who carry me here. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to my husband, Angel. Thank you for being a steadfast pillar of support, for encouraging me every step of the way, and for being an extraordinary father to our daughters. This achievement is as much yours as it is mine. Te amo. To my beautiful daughters, Aurora and Alitzel, you are the heart of my life and the reason I strive for excellence every day. Thank you for bringing joy, perspective, and love into my life, and for reminding me that it is often the small moments that matter the most. Las amo con todo mi corazón. To my parents, Eva and Jaime Ixtrop, ustedes son la razón por la cual tengo el privilegio de estudiar hasta este nivel. Sin su valentía, su sacrificio y su fe en mí, no estaría aquí. Los amo y les estoy eternamente agradecida. To my chosen family, Susan, Jackie, Willie, Alejandra, and Alexandra, you witnessed this journey from beginning to end, from the early days of applying to graduate programs to the moment I was accepted. You were there every step of the way. Those long nights checking in on us while we juggle everything with the girls meant more than you can imagine. You celebrated the small victories and reminded me to keep going when I doubted myself. With all my heart, I love you, and I'm endlessly grateful for your presence, encouragement, and unwavering support. To the kids of West Athens, room 16, the eyes that lit up when I did my first read out loud, the feet that ran to greet me at recess with my pink basket full of books. You are the heartbeat of why I do this, the spark that makes every page worth turning, every lesson, every story, and every moment share. I carry you with me, always wrapped in the corners of my heart. A light that will never fade. Today a reader, tomorrow a leader. I am a first-generation Latina librarian, and to be honest, I almost opted out of joining this graduation. But being selected to speak was a sign that I needed, the reminder that my story matters and that yours does too. I leave you with the words of Celia Martinez. From the protest came to me. What's more dangerous than a weapon? An educated child of immigrants, they say. And tonight, looking at all of us, we are the most powerful generation of all, the generation that doesn't give up, that educates itself, and that rises. Congratulations, class of 2025. Thank you.
Congratulations again. That was incredibly powerful, Whitney. Again, always the highlight of the ceremony. So now I'm proud to present our first graduate keynote speaker. What we like to do is try to ensure that we have transformational speakers from various aspects of our field. And our first keynote speaker is Lana Nehera, who's a senior technical program manager for Google Cloud. Lana has worked as a senior technical program manager for 7+ years with Google, delivering identity and access management security solutions, and 15+ years leading technical program management for engineering teams. She is also one of us. She earned her master's in informatics from the School of Information in 2024 and volunteers with Hire Heroes, supporting military service members transitioning into tech careers. Welcome, Lana. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Dr. Chow, and thank you, Whitney. I'm moved by your story and by your words. Hello, 2025 graduate class. It is my honor to take part in this celebration with you. I'd like you to take a deep breath, if only to delight in the fact that you will no longer experience a Canvas notification panic. You did it. You have entered the ranks of postgraduate professionals. My sincerest accolades to you. I would also like to extend a warm round of respect for the professors from our SJSU iSchool. Thank you for guiding us and hanging in there with us and all of our wild questions, because you know we had them. Graduates, I was in your seat August of 2024, and I am warned that our community grows with each passing semester. I still have to explain what informatics is, but I don't mind. Like many of you, I went through the program while working, and it transformed me into a better employee almost immediately. Within the first few weeks, the aperture of my scope of work widened in new ways, and as the program carried on, I had a new style of hyperfocus. I know you felt the changes in your life too, and I'd like us to focus on change together here today. You made a choice to study information, exactly the thing that is powering change in established technologies and industries today. Information, banks and banks of it, vast and very importantly, accessible. It will be you that shapes the newly forming careers and specialties to organize information and make sure it is appropriately accessible and in many cases secure. This level of information and its accessibility presents a critical era
Welcome,
for the
friends, family, and this year's graduating class.
For the career path you are now on. And so I encourage you to become comfortable with change and uncertainty. The idea of steady state is a falsehood, a holy grail, a pot of gold, never to be. Change is the substrate upon which life happens. If our foundation is change, that means we're operating in uncertainty most of the time. In this way, it is important to steady yourself when and where you can. It's not your skill set or your prior work experience that makes the difference. It is you, who you are and how you show up. As you step into new roles, take on new projects, and lead new teams, take time to continually cultivate you. Reflect often. Look for signals to keep yourself steady. What is it that provides optimum conditions for your health and well-being? Make sure you feed those needs. Aim for consistency over perfection. Routines, surroundings, the relationships that you cherish, feed these areas of your life. This is the constant foundation you can provide for yourself in the face of constant change. At a recent all-hands meeting at work, my director was addressing some grievances she was hearing about frequent organizational changes. And believe me, we have them all the time. Her response was one that I want to share with you now. She said, "Do you like growth? If you like growth, you must understand that change is necessary." Guess what? She's no longer my director anymore because our organization had to respond to change and restructure. When I processed what she said, I was calculating the rate of change and overlaying that with the potential for growth. This is the moment at which you are graduating. Change, uncertainty, growth. This is the fertile ground for creativity and innovation. Information is crucial to decision making towards desired outcomes. You will be counted upon to guide businesses and organizations towards their goals and outcomes. You will organize, investigate, and uncover the stories and possibilities from the largest information sets yet to be handled. You will be pressured and challenged. Therefore, how you get along with and how others get along with you will become paramount. It takes humans to come together to solve problems. There will be long hours, tense meetings, bad reviews, amazing achievements, promotions, and new roles. How you care for yourself, show up, and are resilient to the criticisms and difficult personalities will matter a great deal. When you encounter that challenging personality, the one that makes you not want to go to a meeting or answer an email, try to relocate that creative center you have cultivated through problem solving and artifacts you produce through this program. Remember what you're capable of. Spend time thinking about the person behind the challenging personality. Use your creativity to find a way to come together and innovate. If you can do this, especially with folks that are particular, prickly, or unpopular, if you can also find their value and bring it together with your own and even better teams, then the change and uncertainty will be something you're channeling to get to those outcomes rather than something happening to you. Keep investing in yourself, laying what consistency you can for your overall well-being and maintain your creative center. Keep cultivating you. I can't wait to see what you do next, what you become. Congratulations. I'll pass it back to you, Dr. Chow.
Thank you, Lana, and congratulations to you as well for all that you are accomplishing. What a role model. So next, we have our two library leaders. So unfortunately, Miguel Acosta, a good friend and colleague, was unable to join us, but he has some pre-recorded messages. Miguel is the director of the San Diego County Public Library and also president-elect of the California Library Association. Prior to his current role, he served as CIO, bringing deep expertise at the intersection of technology, data, and public service at the LA County Library System. Miguel is widely respected for advanced equity. Always mute your phone. Advancing equity, innovation, and community-centered access to information, and for leading libraries as essential civic institutions in an increasingly digital world. So let's give, asynchronous welcome to Miguel. And Miguel, let's play the recording.
Welcome, friends, family, and this year's graduating class of San Jose State University's School of Information. My name is Miguel Acosta, and I have the honor to be the director of the San Diego County Library. That means I help my team of more than 300 library professionals run 33 of the best libraries in the nation, and we are also California's second largest digital library, anticipating 6.5 million ebook downloads for 2025. I also have the double honor of serving alongside Dr. Chow as his vice president of the California Library Association. I would first like to address our graduating scholars by sharing that your family, your friends, and the nation's information professionals acknowledge and celebrate the tremendous courage and persistence each one of you have demonstrated with this important achievement. We have seen the hard work you have accomplished to reach this goal. We have longed for your success, but each one of you faced the challenge, and each one of you, through your own heroic efforts, have achieved victory despite the challenges you may have faced. The great novelist and activist James Baldwin said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." We applaud you today for facing the challenges in your path and for completing your advanced graduate studies. You have each proven to yourself and others that you can overcome any challenge and be the hero of your own life story. Our deepest wish for each of you is that you continue to achieve every success in life that you long for. To the family and friends celebrating your graduates today, I would like to say on their behalf a most heartfelt and sincere thank you. You have each played a role in the success of your graduates' achievement, whether by encouragement, patience, prodding, or maybe all of the above. You have demonstrated your love and admiration for your scholar. We honor you for your role in the success of your graduating class. Here at the San Diego County Library, our teams include many alumni of San Jose State University, and we are proud to say they are among the finest information professionals serving our customers and communities. More than 60,000 residents visit our libraries each week, and our dedicated staff provide an almost endless menu of informational, social, and compassionate services to San Diego's residents. I hope you are proud of the profession you are entering, or more likely may have already entered, because it provides highly skilled and at the same time highly valued services to our communities. Our libraries are respected and trusted community hubs, and whatever type of library, archive, or technology-focused organization you choose, the skills and knowledge you have obtained during your graduate studies will serve you well and those whom you help. So congratulations once more. We look forward to welcoming you into the profession and meeting you professionally and supporting your career. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miguel. If you watch this recording, great job. So let's give him a loud round of applause. So next, I have a special treat. So as the largest MLS program in the world, you have again joined a vast network, and we are, of course, very well connected throughout the field. And so Sam is one of our friends and allies, and so she was kind enough to write a specific letter to all of you in celebration. So that will be released shortly via social media, but I did promise, as wonderful as it was, that I would also read it on her behalf. Sam is the 2025-2026 president of the American Library Association and serves as Community and Access Services Coordinator at the Iowa City Public Library. They are a passionate advocate for libraries, intellectual freedom, community engagement, and equitable access to information, and have held leadership roles within ALA, including on the executive board and committees focused on intellectual freedom and awards. Prior to their national leadership, Sam was president of the Iowa Library Association and has been deeply involved in library service, advocacy, and outreach, championing libraries as essential civic institutions and amplifying the voices and stories of diverse communities. They hold a Master of Library and Information Science from the University of Illinois. Okay, we'll allow that. And a bachelor's degree in human services. All right, let me read Sam's remarks. Good evening, my friends. It is both an honor and a privilege to connect with you tonight as a fellow practitioner and 2025-2026 president of the American Library Association. Tonight, we celebrate your academic accomplishments, but also the important role you are about to assume as guardians of information, champions of equity, and stewards of democracy. As you receive your diplomas, please remember that they signify more than the successful completion of your studies. They represent your commitment to the values that are the bedrock of our profession, values that have never been more vital than they are today. These values, and adopted and upheld by the American Library Association and practiced in libraries around the world, include access, ensuring that everyone can freely seek and receive information without obstacle or impediment. Equity, working to remove systemic barriers so that all people can engage fully and fairly with library resources. Intellectual freedom and privacy, defending the right to read, to think, to speak, and to seek knowledge without surveillance or censorship. The public good, promoting libraries as essential civic institutions that support education, literacy, and democracy. Sustainability, making choices that support the long-term health of our communities and planet. Access, equity, intellectual freedom, and privacy, public good, and sustainability. These are not abstract ideals. They're our daily commitments. They are the lens through which we make decisions, the compass by which we guide our work, sometimes not easy. And these values have borne profound impact both in America and around the world. There are an estimated 124,903 public, private, school, corporate, government, and special libraries in the United States today, serving as lifelines to their communities. Libraries are increasingly responsible for the provision of services ranging from literacy to legal help, from job searches to community resilience in face of crisis. In fact, libraries collectively receive nearly 1.5 billion visits annually, more than the total attendance of all major sporting events and theme parks combined. Globally, librarians are on the front lines of change by digitizing endangered manuscripts, connecting rural communities to the internet, and protecting intellectual freedom. In Colombia, mobile libraries travel by donkey to reach children in remote villages. In South Korea, libraries have evolved into 24-hour cultural centers. In Finland, one of the most literate countries in the world, libraries loan not only books, but also tools, art, and musical instruments. Across continents and cultures, these institutions are united by a shared belief that access to knowledge is a human right. When international visitors step into my home library, Sam's home library, the Iowa City Public Library, they often express amazement at what they find: the free access to books, resources, space, and support without barriers. They see in our library some of the very best of what this nation aspires to be: welcoming, equitable, democratic, and open to all. Our libraries stand as living testaments to those ideals. They reflect the radical notion that everyone, regardless of background, income, or belief, deserves access to opportunity. San Jose State University School of Information has a proud history of leadership and excellence when it comes to inculcating and operating within these values. Accredited by the ALA since 1969, this institution has prepared generations of librarians and information professionals to meet the evolving needs of our communities with thoughtfulness, creativity, and integrity. This school is not just a place of learning, it is a place of legacy. A legacy created by award-winning faculty, high-achieving alumni, a dedicated and compassionate student body, as well as groundbreaking research ranging from culturally responsive curation of data to the installation of social workers in public libraries. And I'm going to add this, so forgive me, Sam, the winner of the ALA Student Group Year of the Year Award 3 out of the last 4 years. In 1885, Mami Tapi, a young Chinese-American girl in San Francisco, was denied admission to her local public school solely because of her ancestry. Her parents challenged that injustice in court in the landmark case, Tapi versus Hurley, and the California Supreme Court ruled in their favor, affirming that public schools could not exclude children based on race or ethnicity. This early victory foreshadowed the broader civil rights battles that would follow across the nation. Decades later, in 1947, Mendez versus Westminster dismantled the legal segregation of Mexican-American children in California schools. This ruling not only advanced educational equity for Latino students, but also laid important groundwork for the U.S. Supreme Court's historic Brown versus Board of Education 7 years later. California also has a proud history of library innovation. The Rogers Free Library Act of 1878 empowered municipalities to establish and maintain free public libraries supported by public funds. This early legislation ensured that access to knowledge and resources would not be limited by wealth or social status, a radical idea that echoes today in every library committed to equitable service. From these early victories for civil rights to the enduring commitment to free, equitable access to knowledge, California libraries exemplify the belief that everyone, regardless of background, income, or belief, deserves the opportunity to learn, explore, and participate fully in society. In 1939, ALA adopted the Library Bill of Rights in San Francisco, declaring that libraries must provide materials and information to all people without discrimination and uphold intellectual freedom. That foundational document continues to guide the work of librarians in California and around the world. I think a little bit more. The Library Bill of Rights purports that libraries are an American institution and must provide without discrimination a broad range of materials, sources, and information that reflect the diverse needs of that community. Libraries must protect the confidentiality of individuals and their library records and uphold intellectual freedom by resisting censorship and pressure to exclude materials. This foundational document is not just a declaration of rights, it is a call to action, a statement of who we are as librarians and what we are committed to defending in every library every day. As Toni Morrison once said, access to knowledge is the supreme act of truly great civilizations. Of all the institutions that purport to do this, free libraries stand virtually alone in accomplishing this mission. That mission continues with each of you. Today, you join that legacy, but you also inherit a challenge. Across the country, libraries are under pressure. Book challenges are rising. Access to accurate information is under attack. Misinformation is spreading, and trust in institutions is being tested. In this climate, let me say clearly, the work of librarians is not neutral. It is necessary. You are not simply managers of books and databases. You are protectors of truth. You are educators. Advocates, innovators, bridge builders in many communities. You are a lifeline. You are being called to serve, but also to lead. So let us lead by welcoming all who encounter the library, by holding space for their entry into the world of knowledge, curiosity, and civic participation. Let us honor each person's journey into literacy, learning, and belonging. Let us engage in open, good faith conversations about our work, meeting concerns, not with defensiveness, but with clarity, professionalism, and compassion. May we respond with resilience, informed by our values, ready to elucidate our thoughtful, inclusive, and evidence-based practices. Let us champion libraries by sharing our stories of transformation, of community, and of joy, and encouraging library users, allies, and advocates around the world to do the same. Because our stories are worth sharing, our stories shape understanding, and understanding builds trust and support. Let us be brave enough to listen, bold enough to speak, and wise enough to keep growing alongside the communities we serve. So this evening, as you wear your pin, wear it with pride, but also with purpose. Let it remind you of those readers and students and welcomers and thought partners and includers and community architects and information access activists who came before us and you, who inform, influence, and inspire us, individuals who stood firmly for access, freedom, and justice. Let me remind you that the future for libraries, information, and education are not things we observe. They are opportunities you are responsible to shape. Congratulations, class of 2025. The world needs what you bring, and we are so grateful you are stepping forward to lead us into the future. You each hold my appreciation, solidarity, and hope. Thank you, Sam Helmick, ALA President. Thank you, Sam. I hope I did your words justice. And again, we will be posting that full letter on social media with her permission soon. Also, maybe an opportunity for you to say hello via social media, as she has encouraged that. So again, thank you so much. Okay, now is the time that we've all been waiting for. We have a new tradition for the last year or so. We have wanted to give each of you a moment, a few seconds of recognition by calling your name. So I'm going to turn it over to Bethany, and I'm going to go into VR, and we are going to call your name, those of you that are there, to recognize you. And of course, family members, please chime in. And I expect good dancing through your VR avatar if you so choose. So, all right. Thank you. Bethany?
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Dr. Chow. Yes, welcome everyone. This is a fun little way to do something kind of innovative. Some of us are in this space, and we are about ready to get started with some of our graduates, who I think, graduates, if you can hear me, and I know you have your mics, your ears are on. So move over to the lineup area to start doing our little our little happy dance across the main stage here. You'll want to kind of come in front, cross in front of me. And just by the way, you guys, for all of the guests who are here, I'm gonna, Dr. Chow, if you think it's okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the room link into the text chat because this is
Sure,
a
why
big
not?
room. Anybody can come in, they'll automatically be seated. I'm just gonna click on chat. This is for anybody. I would not recommend, don't leave. Let's see here. Don't leave the Zoom room. This is where all the audio is. But if you want, you can minimize the Zoom and jump in this location right here. You'll automatically be seated and then you can see this in VR. Or you could just stay here in Zoom. You don't have to go anywhere and you can watch what we're doing right here. So with that, I'm going to turn off my webcam and I'm going to make sure that I pay attention to what's happening in the Frame VR room. And I know that we had Tassine said she couldn't make it, but I'm hoping Jocelyn is here. Jocelyn, I'm not sure if Jocelyn's here, but why don't you go ahead and let's see here if you want to go ahead and read off the names and have
Yeah,
see if anybody's here that didn't mark themselves as present.
no worries. All right. So first, our first graduate we'd like to recognize is Jocelyn Torres Camacho, MLIS, and I had the privilege of working with Jocelyn. Jocelyn, if you're with us, we haven't mastered me giving you something yet, but if you'd like to come up to me and feel free to say hello and do your happy dance. Okay, well, let's keep going. So the next graduate, let's huge congratulations to Maggie Liz Collins, MLS degree. Maggie?
Maggie's here.
I think you need to sit up first, Maggie. There's that seat icon. If you press that, and then use your arrows on your keyboard. And so, as you can tell, we did not do a rehearsal, as this is still experimental. And by the way, this is a demonstration of how we like to push the envelope. Technology, of course, always comes with issues. So, okay, Maggie, is that you? All right, we'll keep going. The next graduate, please congratulate Oni Jam Malil Collins, MLIS. Oni?
She's coming. I can see her. And she's just
Hey,
fabulous.
she's walking. All right, the floor is yours. It's great. You want to do a dance for us or whatever you like to do? Congratulate. Oh, there you go. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Natalie Carmona Guzman, MLIS, and I've had the privilege of working with Natalie. Good to see you. Congratulations, Natalie.
I've been lucky to work with Natalie as well.
Is she here?
No, I don't
No?
think I was looking
Okay.
for her. I don't think something must have come up.
No problem. Okay, let's also congratulate our next graduate, Cynthia Harper, MAR degree. Hey, good to see you, Cynthia. Congratulations. We're so proud of you. And she's dancing. Let me. Our next graduate is Carly Hayden, MLS degree. Congratulations, Carly. All right, our next graduate is Whitney, of course, ex-hop, Mencia. Congratulations, Whitney. Again, a wonderful speech. Wonderful. I think next semester we'll work on me being able to hand them something, right? The next graduate is Carlos Pelli, MLS. Carlos, congratulations. Way to go. I'm in the way. There you go. There's the dancing. Congratulations, Carlos. Our next graduate is Jacqueline Rusin, MLS. Jacqueline? Hey, there she is. Congratulations, Jacqueline. Our next graduate is Rona Del Rosario, informatics. Had the privilege of working with Rona, and she was the president of the informatics or the ACES student group that won Student Group of the Year. Thank you for all that you've done, Sario. We're gonna miss you. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Annette Simpson, MLIS. There you are, Annette. Congratulations. Well done. Our next graduate is Rebecca Snow, MLS. There she is. Congratulations, Rebecca. Maybe we'll practice shaking hands virtually, Bethany. High five. Way to go. Our next graduate is Darlene Cervantes Sosa, MLS. Congratulations, Darlene. Well done. Yay, Darlene. Our next graduate is Christine Spencer, MLS. Congratulations, Christine. Love your suit. Our next graduate is Natalie Wong, MLS. Congratulations, Natalie. Well done. Well done. Way to go. And our final graduate of the night is Nicholas Woods, MLS degree. Congratulations, Nicholas. Well done. And by the way, by default, you're a robot when you enter the space. So let's give them all a wonderful round of applause. Thank you. You did it. And it is just the beginning of your journey. So, all right. Thank you so much. And let's also give Bethany and Alfredo, again, quite a bit of TLC for their work and their innovation as we, again, push the envelope. Before we go back to the ceremony, I want to emphasize that we really are, I think, leaders in the field with using this type of technology. We hold virtual poster sessions in this space for the big conferences. And of course, we're experimenting, really providing that moment for graduates that are not able to attend or are able to attend our in-person commencement. So again, to all of the graduates, doubly impressed that you have taken the walk and be willing to try this. These are pioneers before you. So congratulations. Well done. Well done. Okay, Bethany, let's go back to the main room. So as part of our tradition, we are going to have a slideshow of all of our graduates. Again, very heartfelt. Definitely families and friends give them shout outs as they appear. And we are delighted that you joined us. I do have a final remarks, but I'm going to turn it over to the slideshow. And then I'll give my final remarks as we head into the after party. So go ahead. Thank you, guys. What a beautiful job. Again, let's thank Bethany and Alfredo and the staff for all their work and making this such a special night. Great job. Also want to acknowledge some graduates who somehow we weren't able to get them on stage in the virtual reality environment. So Elizabeth Graham, MLS, feel free to say hello. Alex W., Zara Fadu, and Lee Gillespie. And again, anyone else, feel free to say hello. Again, our apologies. And we, again, want to congratulate you. So graduates, as we come to the close of today's celebration, I want to leave you with one final thought. You are graduating at a moment of profound change, but also extraordinary possibility. In my 26 years in the field, I've never seen a time as dynamic as this one. The digital age is not simply disrupting how information works, it is reshaping how knowledge is created, shared, preserved, and trusted. And in moments like these, information professionals like you are not on the sidelines, we're at the center. You've been educated not just to use technology, but to understand its impact, not just to manage information, but to question it, protect it, and ensure it serves people and communities ethically and equitably. That preparation matters. Today, you officially again join a global alumni community of close to 14,000 graduates across all 50 states and 11 countries who are shaping the future across libraries, archives, data science, technology, education, public service, and industry. Wherever your path takes you, you carry with you the values, skills, and perspectives of the School of Information. And again, let's give our faculty a loud round of applause for all of their work and all that they've shared with you over your time with us. As a final personal note, you may notice that I'm also wearing my academic regalia today. I do so as a sign of celebration, a sign of respect, and a sign of solidarity for our graduates, our faculty and staff, our families and loved ones, and our broader information community. I wear it to honor the shared path we have traveled together and to say that I too have walked this journey and am incredibly proud of all that you've accomplished. As you move forward, remember this. Stay curious when the answers are unclear. Stay grounded when the pace feels overwhelming. And stay connected to one another, to your communities, and to the purpose that brought you to this field. And I will also emphasize health and wellness, which sometimes I'm not the greatest at either. You're going to have so much fun solving problems, but remember to take care of yourself and your loved ones. The world needs thoughtful, principled, and adaptable leaders who understand information as both power and responsibility and needs people like you. We are incredibly proud of you. We're excited for what you will build, and we're grateful that you will help shape the future at a time when it matters most. Remember, it's not always the elegance of the journey that matters, rather what you are able to accomplish in the end. Congratulations, class of summer and fall 2025. Welcome to our alumni community, and thank you again for letting us be a small part of your journey. All right, this concludes our event. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great evening.